This is my Xtreme Onechunk Ironman, a game mode in which you complete each and every goal in 64 by 64 squares called chunks before you randomly unlock a new one. Completing every goal means everything you can do. Skilling challenges, boss drops, collection log slots, you name it. After recently completing the 650 hour Wintertha chunk, we rolled the Kourend volcano. The worst possible chunk roll and currently the hardest chunk in RuneScape with the current gear on the account. The main goals are every obsidian drop, onyx jewelry, the jet and Zak pet, and as many common achievements as I can do. In the last episode we managed to complete the Inferno for the first time on this account and get the Infernal cape. And in this episode we will continue with some crazy PvM challenges. One of my chunk tasks is to kill 6 jets and every possible common achievement, using absolute garbage gear. For most people this challenge is already very intimidating. For my account it was something I wasn't even sure was possible. This is an Xtreme Onechunk Ironman. Every item I use, every level I've trained, and every upgrade I've earned has come from the 82 chunks I have available. And if it doesn't exist inside of my chunks, I don't get to use it. That means no shopping for upgrades, no detours for better gear. I can't just go and unlock this one thing if my chunk doesn't offer it. I just have to find another way. Normally players tackle the 6 jet challenge with gear as forgiving as possible. Strong range weapons, powerful armor, high tier potions and supplies that leave room for mistakes. Sometimes even strong enough to completely ignore healers. And I had none of that. Every missing upgrade made this challenge exponentially harder. Lower damage meant every jet stayed alive longer. Longer fights meant more opportunities to make mistakes against the 6 jets, and one mistake is all it can take. But surviving 6 jet wasn't the only goal. I wanted every single common achievement, or at least the ones I can do. On paper, some of them don't sound that difficult. Kill the jets in a certain way or avoid specific mistakes. Complete it with extra restrictions. I would say on a normal account they are pretty interesting challenges. But on this account they become puzzles and a complete nightmare with my gear. Every common achievement forced me to rethink my positioning, my supplies, timing and sometimes even the entire strategy. There wasn't a guide for this setup because almost nobody attempts it with this gear. So every attempt became an experiment. Some of these tasks failed within minutes and others lasted nearly half an hour. Before you can even attempt the Inferno, you already have access to the single and double jet challenges, and I'd already completed those, so the next step was triple jets and its combat achievements. The two biggest challenges were completing triple jets with an empty inventory and killing each jet using a different combat style. At first the empty inventory achievement sounded pretty straightforward, but then I remembered I have to fight the healers in absolute wreck gear, and without supplies to fall back on, they were much more of a problem than I expected, so I had to come up with a completely different strategy. I also could not bring any form of prayer potions, and because the kills are so slow that meant I definitely needed prayer points back, so I came up with these sapphire bolts. That special effect restores 12 prayer points, triggering roughly once every 4 hits on average. The downside of using sapphire bolts, however, is that it's the mithril tier, so my already low damage output became even worse. That meant every jet stayed alive longer and giving the healers more time to become a problem. And to solve that, I developed a way to consistently safe spot the healers while waiting for the sapphire bolt procs to restore my prayer. By combining those two strategies, I finally had a setup that I thought could complete the achievement. Alright, nice, first task done. That was a lot more annoying than I thought, because my kills were so slow. That took 18.5 minutes. Alright, on to the next task. Before we continue with the common achievements, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor Red Magic. And check out that brand new Red Magic Astra 2 gaming tablet. Built for high frame rate, high performance mobile gaming. I literally just unboxed this thing and the first impressions are honestly really good. This thing looks absolutely incredible. The display is one of the biggest standouts. It's a 2.4K OLED panel with deep blacks, great contrast and a 185Hz refresh rate. And for comparison, the monitor I normally use on my PC is only 75Hz. So scrolling and gaming on this feels ridiculously smooth. Performance wise, it's powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 processor, with up to 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. And to keep all that performance consistent, it also features Aqua Core Cooling 2.0, which combines liquid cooling with a large vapor chamber. That means it stays cooler during long gaming sessions. I've never really enjoyed playing RuneScape on my phone because everything feels a little bit cramped, but this tablet completely changes that. The larger screen makes the game so much more enjoyable, and with its 8300 mAh battery and 75 watt fast charging, you've got plenty of battery life for those long RuneScape grinds. The Red Magic Astra 2 officially launched, so if you want to check it out, there's a link down in the description below. Although it looks like my wife has already claimed this one. She doesn't really play PC games, but she loves mobile games and watching shows, so I don't think I'm getting this tablet back anytime soon. Completing every jet with a different combat style was a lot more straightforward, because Void makes the task pretty nice for me. The only thing I didn't expect was magic damage on jet, even with the water weakness, is complete trash in Void. So I think that kill took like 8 minutes or something. Oh, this should be a task. There we go. Multi-style specialist. Ooh. First try. I'm kidding. Second try. Pretty clean common achievement and probably one of my favorites in the game. 4 jets unlock 2 common achievements I could complete, defeating all 4 jets and completing the encounter using melee only. Since the melee achievement also counts as the completion, I decided to combine both of them into a single run. I have an adamant helmet in my bank from Sharks and I thought it would be my best option. It has a 2-tile attack range, which means I could stay out of the melee distance while still dealing damage. And on paper it sounded perfect, but in reality it was absolutely miserable. I basically completely underestimated how little damage I would deal to something as tanky as a jet. And my DPS was so low that every kill dragged on, giving me far more opportunities to make a mistake. Even with a Dragon Warhammer to lower Jet's defense at the start of the fights, the runs were still painfully inconsistent. And after several hours of failed attempts, I changed my approach. Instead of relying on the halberd, I started flinching with the Dragon Warhammer. It did hit much harder, and despite being slower, the damage output was far more consistent. That meant faster kills, a better start, and a much better chance of actually finishing the run. After countless attempts, everything just worked, the healers worked out. One by one the jets went down until the final one fell. And that was one of the most satisfying common achievements I have completed on this account, because that took almost 30 minutes. Yes, there we go. We finally did it. That took me like 3 or 4 hours to complete. 2 big common achievements done there. Only the 6 jet stuff remaining. This is my 3rd video this month. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the content. Before we continue grinding, consider subscribing to the channel. My goal is to reach 1000 new subscribers from this video. You can help me reach this goal by simply subscribing to the channel, so thank you. And then there were 5 jets and 6 jets on this account. By far the hardest common achievement was completing both of these back to back. With my gear setup, this task leaves absolutely no room for mistakes or panic. A single missed prayer during the 5 or 6 jets could mean starting the entire challenge over again. And on average, one attempt takes me nearly 40 minutes, so this achievement had me genuinely worried. For 5 and 6 jets, I'm going for max DPS. I'm gonna Dragon Warhammer at least once or twice before I start the challenge. And then we just switch to range and use diamond bolts. Don't really care about the prey restoring this time. I'm just gonna use spray pots. We have the wild pie because it gives like a... I think it's +5 range attack, so that probably gives me max hit. I mean, everything is gonna help. I'm not using range pots for this, but yeah, this will be the setup. It should be pretty good. I mean, with diamond bolts, the kill should be way faster. And I'm just gonna use spray pots for this. Hopefully, don't go through that many prey pots, but that's the strategy. Just, yeah, just do the prey flicks correctly and try to get this done as fast as possible. I would say the hardest part of 5 and 6 jets is that there's barely any time to deal with the healers while keeping up with all the prey switches. Because my kills are so slow on this account, it requires a really long period of total focus. Alright, 3 jets left. Let's clean this up. There we go. First 5 jets clear. Second attempt. Wow, that took almost 20 minutes. Oh my god, okay. Even with diamond bolts, it takes that long. And now comes the hardest part. I have to do 6 jets as well without dying. Because if I die, I have to do 5 again. And 5 already takes 20 minutes, so... man, these are definitely some of the most challenging common achievements I've done in a game. Let's try 6 jets. Yes! Yes! Haha! 24 minutes. Let's go. It wasn't a fluke. It was not a fluke, my friends. Oh, that is such a hard task, man. And that's actually first try. So we are actually gaming today. First 5 jets clear into 6 jet. First try. And we got the medium tier achievements with it. That is every 6 jets tasks done. Let's go. That was awesome, man. I struggled more with the melee task than the 6 jet challenge, funny enough. That is awesome. So, yeah. Let me show you guys. Challenge. So we have 8 out of 11 completed. Unfortunately, that's all we can do. We have this one. 45 seconds. I mean, I can give this a few attempts. Maybe tomorrow for fun. I'll try it tomorrow. See if I can get close. I don't think so. And then we have this. Less than 3 minutes for 3. I mean, that gives me, like, what? 15 seconds more per jet. I mean, that's still ridiculous. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. And then this one, 5 minutes for 6. I mean, that's just never gonna happen. Oh, actually, wait, is that 5 or is that for 6? Well, it might be 5, but still, like, that's not gonna happen with this gear. But yeah, let me check the board. I mean, this is such a flex, I'm not gonna lie. So, look at this. We have, where is it? 6 challenge, personal completions 1. Oh, that's so cool. And then we have personal completions 1. I did die 7 times specking, like Dragon Warmer specking. I wanted to start 5 with double Dragon Warmer. So yeah, we have 1 completion there, 1 completion there. And we are done, pretty much. Oh, that's such a relief, man. Having this done is this is such a, like, weird task. Weirdly annoying, I guess. Let me see. So yeah, incompleted. Just a speed run. Completed. Damn, that looks so awesome, man. Ooh, man. I was better at this than I remember. I'm gonna have to say. I was better at this than I remember. First try, basically. I think it's because of all the Inferno, man. It has to be because of all the Inferno grinding. I think so. Like, all the prey flicking at the Inferno and just getting used to that. Wow, 7k toggle for that? We take 7k toggle. Let's see what the damage is. So, let's see here. 66. We had 100, so we used 34 prey pots. Okay, well, that's a little more than I was hoping for, but it's okay because we can rebuild the prey stack pretty easily when we go for Rune Throne Axes. So, yeah, awesome. I mean, hell yeah, man! I'm so happy that's done. Back into my trusty Inferno cape. Look at that. So now we just need the jet pad. And the Zoc pad, right? We need the Zoc pad. And the fight case pad. And a couple small goals. And that's it. I'm not gonna lie, when that final jet fell, I was a little bit in shock. Because after nearly 40 minutes of complete focus, I somehow have done it first try. I would say 5 and 6 jets were actually slightly easier because 4 jets with almost no DPS and the prey timing is just really awkward. And because I had a lot more experience with 6 jets, I think that really helped out. But yeah, with that, every common achievement I could realistically complete on this account was completely finished. Maybe if I get a T-bow and rigor, it's probably possible to get all the speed times, but before that, no way. And alongside the Inferno, this had become one of the hardest grinds I've ever completed in Old School Runescape. And as a nice bonus, this unlocks a jetpad transmog. So when I finally get the jetpad, that's gonna be super sick. And as always, here's a progress picture of my last painting. I'm trying to paint in Dragonblood tree and currently working on giving the painting more detail. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps out.